Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I know that someone's going to watch this and you're not going to want to hear this, and that's okay. And some of you need to hear this and maybe you are ready to hear this. Some of y'all need to stay out of people's business. And I'm not talking about my business. I'm saying the people in your lives' business. You need to stay out of there, stay in your own lane. And we all have heard people say that, stay in your own lane, stay in your lane, mind your business. But what I'm referring to is people's life choices specifically. Your child decides to shack up with their romantic partner, and that is against your views, your morals, your religion, whatever it might be. Well, if they're a grown person and they're paying their own rent, then it doesn't matter what you think. And I know that some people are going to think that this is harsh, but I'm here to tell you, if it's not hurting anybody, because who is it hurting? You have two people that are consenting adults who made the decision to live together. Let's say somebody has a master's degree and they spent all this time and all this money on this whatever, and they were working in the corporate world, making tons of money, and they quit their job and live in a van down by the river with two lovers, and they're all having some sort of polyamorous relationship and have a bunch of kids, and they're selling tobacco pipes on Etsy. If everybody's being taken care of and everybody's happy, healthy, and fed and safe, going down there and being mad at them is not going to help anything. Complaining to anybody that'll listen, the lady cutting your meat at the deli, you wouldn't believe what my cousin is doing, and blah blah blah. And if you're losing sleep over other people's life decisions that do not directly impact you, girl or boy or whoever, it is time to mind your business, stay in your lane. I do want to point out that sometimes, actually the vast majority of the time, when somebody is so up in other people's businesses that things that do not directly affect them, it's because they're using it as deflection to work on themselves, to clean up their backyard essentially. So let's say I'm in a terrible marriage. Let's just say I'm in a terrible marriage. My man be treating me bad, and it's really going downhill, or I'm going through something, whatever it is. And what should I be doing? I should be going to couples counseling. I should be going to counseling on my own. I should be doing some spiritual work, if you believe in that. You should be cleaning up your own backyard, but instead, because that is hard. It is hard to manage your life, manage the things that you can manage. You know what I mean? Like your being, your home, your job, your partner, your kids, your attitude. Those are all things that you can manage to a certain extent. But if you're just don't want to work on that stuff because it's too hard, well, then people will do something called deflect. So instead it's, well, can you believe what my neighbor is doing? And I know that she's getting divorced, but dang, she's got a different man over there every night. It's not your business. It's not your business. It's not. And the reason why I'm stressing this so much is I'm using extreme examples just because, but chances are, if you know somebody that's doing that, their life is probably not that great, and their life probably has a lot of things that they need to work on. And it's really easy for us as people to look and say, well, Mercedes should be doing this. Mercedes should be doing that. or whoever it is. But then I know in my life when I've had people that were like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And then I looked and I was like, your backyard ain't clean. Like, really, none of us have a completely clean backyard. None of us have our crap together completely. So there's no reason for you to be so worried about other people that you're losing sleep. Now, if it directly affects you, then yes. But at the same time, you can't control other people's actions. So that I would seriously suggest talking to a mental health professional, because you can't control what other people do. And you shouldn't be so consumed in other people's BS that it's affecting your quality of life. And chances are you are deflecting. You are trying to do anything but work on the things in your life that you need to work on. I always tell people, I'm like, is your house clean, neat, and organized? Are you eating a proper amount of fruits and vegetables? Are you getting your water in? Are you getting some sort of body movement in a day? Are you regularly going to all the doctor's appointments that you need to go to? Are you in the best possible place you can be with your romantic partner? Are you in the best possible place you can be with your children, as much as in your control? You don't even, you know, I can name a million things. You know, when was the last time you washed your car? When was the last time you I don't know, went to the dentist? Like, there's always things. Like, the to-do list of us as people is like a billion long. Like, it's never ending. You can always find things to improve on. And of course, some of the things I mentioned are not important to everybody, but I do always tell people, like, if your backyard is not clean, then why are you pointing fingers at these people? So if I'm talking to you, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just trying to say that it's like, stop deflecting. Because you guys might not even, like, if I'm speaking and you're like, oh man, I am doing that, you might not have ever heard of deflection, and you might need to look it up and what it means. And it basically means like anything but working on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever had a conversation with somebody and they're like, you're this, you're this, you're this, and it's all like negative things, like you're rude, or you're, you know, whatever, condescending, or you're gaslighting, and then you're the person sitting there and they're like, well, that's the stuff that you're doing. So they're doing these things, but then they're projecting it onto you, which projection is another thing. And people project for many reasons, but projection can also be, again, a deterrent for me to work on my stuff. So it's like people getting bent out of shape about stuff that makes no sense, or being offended about things that really doesn't make any sense. And, anyway, just some things that I had on my mind. I hope you guys got something out of that. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. Until next time, guys. Bye.